Hi, this is a quick getting started video for Scratch Lab and Scratch version 7. When you start up Scratch, this is the first screen that you'll see. If you click on the logo right here, you can find some useful information about your system, like the graphic card that you're running, and what Scratch build you're on, and when your license will expire. Another interesting button is the log file. If you click here, this is a shortcut that takes you to the log files where you can find many more informations about your machine and Scratch. To start a project, first of all, we use a name. We name it. I'm going to call it Scratch Intro. Next step is to hit Add. This will add the Scratch Intro project to the list of your project. Once you try to enter the project, the Scratch will tell you no media path configured. You need to go to Project Settings and set where the media are stored in your computer. In my case, they're in a RAID and in a folder called Media. That's where I keep all my files. Just select that, and this will set up the path for everything into your project. You also have user settings that you can set up for different users, and system settings. These are described much more in details into other tutorials that you can find on our website. Let's enter the project. In Scratch you have two areas. The construct right here is when you load your material. This is where you bring clips in. You can arrange your material in different groups or constructs, and you can use the edit button to change the name. For example, call it rushes, and I can arrange my footage to be separated in, for example, reel 1, reel 2 and reel 3. Or I can create a new group, for example, media, and be arranged in like different days. Day 1, add another construct and call it day 2, and add another construct and call it day 3. In each construct you can load your material. Each construct is divided in vertical slots, representing one event in time. So every construct is like a bin. You can move the construct from one group to the other, or you can copy the construct using the Alt and Drag option. It creates an exact copy of your construct. If you want to delete a construct, you just select the bin right next to it and hit Delete and OK. In the construct you can change also if you want to see a note, for example. This is very useful if you want to have a clear look at your construct and find in a glance. You can color code them. Different ways to load material could be load shot, where you just navigate your computer and choose the file that you want to load. It will come attached to your mouse and you can drop it anywhere you want in your different timelines or constructs. The other way is to use load layers with a depth. Number 10 is the maximum depth that you can put, and that will define the number of folders that Scratch will jump through to find the material you want to load. So if you select the main folder, it will import everything in there. In this case, I'm also going to filter the material because it's only red files that I'm going to bring in. We recommend to download and install the Codex Service Pack from our support site. You can navigate the construct with the bar. You can preview the files just scrolling using the top of each clips. You can shift select some clips and drag and drop them to a new construct. This will copy them into a different construct. Or just grab one clip and create a new one, a new construct, add one, name it and drop it there. So you can also change the information displayed in each clip in the construct by going into settings and change the things that you want to see in the clips. For example, the time code. At the very bottom of the clip, you have the information, so the name of the file, and also external information like the camera, and when you're dealing with raw footage, you have all the information captured by the camera and the metadata, and the frame rate, obviously. In the output, you have the resolution and the frame rate of your project. You can easily grab one clip and drop it inside the output node to change the whole project to the original file format and frame rate. Wherever you are in Scratch, you can hit the H letter in your keyboard for a list of all the shortcuts. Then you hit play and you go to the second area of Scratch, the player. You have shortcuts here as well. You have a right click that you can keep if you want, that takes you to the different modules of Scratch: the player, settings, edit, matrix, and process. The player, you can scroll through the mini timeline right here and you can play footage. You can use Alt and mouse to zoom in and out, and the bar plus the mouse to move the clip around whilst playing. You can also change the speed of your players, and you can place the little menu wherever you want, not to get it on your way. You have more information about the players tools in other video tutorials on our website. In settings, you have all the general settings for your creative tools. In monitor, you can set up different LUTs for your monitor. Guides, you can crop or insert guides into your viewer. And in profile, you can run a quick check of how fast is your machine. In edit, you have a much more detailed timeline that you can zoom in and out, with different tools that are explained better again in another tutorial on our website. You can also make this, you can also deal with audio in the edit and make this timeline bigger if you need more space to work with. Matrix is where all the color correction happens. Here you have primary and secondary color correction. The way to use the balls in the interface is that the farther you move the mouse away, the more color correction you are applying to the image. In process is where you deal with all your raw footage and where you have our digital lab, where you can set the resolution and change the metadata of your files. On the very right, you have the different versions. If you swipe here, you can add a version of the same clip, an exact copy of it, and you can start color grading and then add another version and then change the color again. Maybe do something warmer and something colder. In this way, Scratch allows you to work as your brain works. Allows you to use your creativity to have different experience, different looks that you want to achieve, and then quickly jump between them, or even put a note of them so you can remember what it was. And again, the color coding, it's quite interesting because that allows you to just find your previous color grade in a very fast. When you're ready, the color grading that you liked, you just pick the clip and you drop it at the very bottom. So whatever you're going to export is what lies at the very bottom of your version stack. When you go back to the construct, the same versions with the same color grading and the notes are all there, stuck up on the same clip. You can again grab the one that you like and drop it at the very bottom, because this is what is going to play out. From the construct, you can also select, let's say, these first 3 clips, and then quickly go to the media browser. You will see those first 3 clips already selected for you. In the media browser, you can do a lot of different things to all the media that are selected for you. You can change the name of the whole column. You can change the color space from linear to log. You can refine the media if you lost them or if you move the drive. You can change also, in this case we're working with red, we can change the metadata and the color transformation for the red files. Apply changes and then hit OK. One last thing I wanted to show you is how to work with the conform. So you will load conform into here. I should have my EDL. There you go. The moment you can load an EDL, you can load an ALE, AAF, or an XML from Final Cut. It opens in an EDL assembler. You can choose where your footage is, in the construct, in the group, or in the project. You can choose what you want to match, in this case, for example, timecode and name, or real and name, and then you start matching until you find all the matches that you need to find. You can see that it found all the matches, and what you can do is assemble to a new construct. This is the timeline assembled. As you can see, I still have all my different color grades that I did before with the different nodes with different colors. This is because when I did my conform, I kept include duplicates selected. And when you found in this particular clip, you found all the 4 different color graded that I did before. I hope this video was helpful. Happy scratching! For more information, please refer to www.assimilateinc.com/scratchv7. Thank you.